Hello, guys. Welcome back. We have myself, Rajesh, Amit, Abhay, and Abhay.
Okay,
AJ
Abhay.
name. Yeah.
As
So
usual.
it's the
And finally, we are all in
international.
uniform.
Yeah.
Yay! Let's go.
Come on up, guys. Your initials are not visible. Yeah, my sure. Sorry. Yeah.
There we go.
Okay, perfect. Proud to be representing Beyond Injury Time, of course. So,
Yeah,
so yeah, it's the international break, guys, and obviously, I mean, it felt like the transfer window ended and we would see lots of football, new signings and whatnot, but that wasn't to be, and we are hit with the international break. I mean, it's complete,
yeah, man.
spoiling the entire mood because it felt like the Premier League season just kicked off a couple of weeks ago and we are here for the break. But yeah, nonetheless,
Yeah.
uh, with football, the beautiful thing is that there are so many topics to discuss, so many things that we can talk about, and I would feel that this was a brilliant transfer window in recent times, I would say, because a lot of teams that had fallen off in the last year obviously had a lot of rebuilding to do, and yeah, to start off with you guys, I mean, I would like to understand how your transfer windows went. So if I have to ask, let's say Amit, I mean, your team, who do you think is probably your best signing for your team?
Okay, so I think we had a good decent window this time. So there are a couple of very good signings that we made, and from the get go, what I see is the difference maker. Right, we were struggling to get that physical, dribbly kind of a winger, right, who can take on people, uh, who can dribble across couple of folks and get inside good areas, right? So I think Kudus will be the decision maker, will be a difference maker for our team in this season, and hopefully he keeps himself healthy throughout the season.
Mhm.
Right, so hands down, Kudus is supposed to be the one, and one more like side mention that I believe that Palinia would also be very elemental in this season. So I'm relying on those two to make the difference from 17 to top four.
So who do you rate as the best signing, Kudus or Perinia?
Kudus.
Okay. Joekar, what do you think of your team? I mean, you're spoiled for choice, man. Having spent
Yeah,
amount
man.
of
Yeah.
money, about £500 million pounds.
Should
Uh,
I should I should I
Hmm.
do a record signing 1 month back or record signing 5 days back? So much money.
yeah, yeah. And don't even freaking
And
mention about your net spend. I'm not going to have that.
no, no, no. I'm not going to mention. See, I think like we had a fantastic window, right? But the best part of this window has been the absolute meltdown from everybody apart from Liverpool fans. Like, how can Liverpool spend? It's like people forgot that we are an elite team. Like when we say that we do not spend, people thought that we spend like wolves or something. But it's fine. That is fine. I'm actually very happy that we have shown ambitions finally. I mean, Klopp left and then we showed ambition. So sorry for him, but he is the guy who has laid all this foundation. And every time I think we're going to make a signing, and every time we're going to win a trophy, we're going to remember what Klopp has done for this particular team and how he has taken like us from literally from ashes to this place. So now finally we're spoiled for choices, and this looks like that we have shown quite a lot of ambition in a sense that we identified. So this window, is a little bit like this. Like we identified what was wrong and we fixed that, but we also signed for future a little bit in that particular sense. But all that, I think the main important thing is like who I think is the best signing, right? And in that sense, until what was our biggest problem last year? It was Salah was finishing everything. And if obviously Gakpo did his part and Diaz did his part, but Salah absolutely overperformed. And if Salah performed even half of what he performed, right, we would have a lot of problem. So striker was our issue, and the striker issue got instantly fixed by the latest record signing that we did, which is Isaac. And for just from the impact point of view, I feel like that is going to be the signing of the season for us, because that's the place. Like our attack is fantastic, but I always thought that we could score a lot more goal than we were scoring.
Yeah. So
So
from FSG out
and
to
it
FSG
feels
in
I've never been FSG out ever. I've never been FSG out. So there's, I know that I've a lot of time I felt like that we are not able to compete in the sense of money thing, but this since we are not the kind of team where the money can be injected, if we are not sustainable, there can be a time where we will not be able to cope with this kind of things, and we might be not able to sign the players that we want to sign. So we'll have to maintain the sustainability, and I like the fact that they have done a job in doing that basically. So it is a kind of long term thing. Less, I'll not bore you with that, but I've never been FSG out. I've not had too much problem with that.
But generally,
But yeah.
what happens with teams is that, we always talk about doubling down. When you've won the title,
Mm,
I have heard this from lot many times from our Maishwari, because he's
mm.
wanted teams, like, even if you see with Man City with whatever they have spent, if you see their spends when they've actually won titles year after year, their spends were not that high. But since they went trophyless last season, they spent about 200 to 250 million pounds in the January window, which must be a record.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Which is a record in itself in the Premier League or
yeah, yeah,
in Europe. So,
yeah.
what you have done uniquely here is that, bhai, hum title jeete, and that too. Generally, you would think कि by slot it could be like a beginner's luck, or from the he's enjoying the fruits from what is.
Beginners like to win a league, huh?
Huh?
Beginners luck in winning the
Beginners
league, huh?
means he came into a already successful team, a group of players where you did not have any signings, right? So sometimes tactics can be found out in the second or third season. That was the hope, of course.
Okay, fine, fine. We'll see,
But
we'll see.
but but yeah, I mean, they backed him to the hilt and they doubled down really well. So this is a good example of how you did it. And okay, you're
Yeah, yeah,
Isaac, but I
yeah. I
wanted
don't.
to put it
Oh,
out
yeah,
there.
yeah.
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 Okay.
So I
So
don't want to
however,
basically drag this a
yeah.
little bit, but one thing I want to mention, I think we'll probably pick it up later as well, right?
Hmm.
So there have been some changes in PSR, and it seems like that has enabled a lot of financial activity this year, which I think we'll pick up sometime else. But like this is one of the reasons I think how people like how teams are spent as well. So yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
but this is more about who was the best signing. So yes, Isaac is going to be. But if Isaac wasn't signed, by the way, I know everybody is not rating words based on like how he has been playing a little bit in 2 3 days. But if Isaac didn't sign, words would have been my signing of the season.
Okay.
But yeah, Isaac is there, and
Who
I
is
know,
that?
Abhay, I know you
You
can see
forgot
you,
the guy who
I can
actually
see
has
you.
scored goals
Yeah.
for them, the forward.
I'm just thinking that you have Ekitike right there,
Right
right?
there, and he scored goals.
Okay,
Right there. Just because you got a shiny new toy, you're like, no,
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 no.
no.
No,
See,
let's
the
not
impact, the thing that okay, I don't want to explain too much because then you will not get time for you. But we'll do this later as well, and I'll explain my reasoning to you. Yeah.
Okay.
There
All
have
right.
been two.
All
Okay,
right.
I'll do it in one line. Okay, there have been two places where I felt like that we were lacking a little bit. One was striking where we were not doing it that well. We have two strikers. I had to choose one of them. I cannot choose both of them. So I chose Isaac. Second thing is we have creative midfielders, but not as creative as words, and that has been a little bit missing piece for us for a little bit longer time. Right, we still have industrious midfielders, but not that creative free role kind of guy, which we have got right now, and the impact that is going to make. Uh, in 10 to 20 in around 10 games we're going to have this discussion. I'll explain more, but
I
yeah,
mean,
let's
to
move
be
on.
fair to Jogekar, actually, this is a question of who he feels is their best.
Obviously.
He could, I mean, the player may not be performing now, but in his eyes and mind, he really believes that Weirds
Yeah, weirds, yeah,
is the
yeah,
good signing. Okay, that's fair enough. Yeah,
yeah.
Manchwari, over to you.
Okay.
After having lost at Anfield, what are your thoughts?
Thoughts on the game
Best
or
signing, best signing.
yeah, because
Sorry, I poked you there, but I do not
okay,
want you to go.
lost to a wonder strike firstly, and now I'll come to the signings because you put me there.
And
I think
what a thunderous wonder strike, by the way.
yeah, great. It was what I would call as a thunder cunt. But yeah,
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
the best signing I would
Yeah.
say for my team, considering where we are and what players we had. Zubimendi. Zubimendi, not
Mm.
a chance. You Everybody can do this or that. Zubimendi was the guy. We really needed him, and so I'm really happy we got him. And we signed two Mavericks as well, which I'm looking forward to. Eze and Madueke, right?
Okay.
Other than that, we have just filled up our holes, right? Do you have
I,
something to ask me?
I just say there is one thing. There
That's
is
the
one
smirk
thing that
after
was
the win,
missing.
bro. Nothing else. He doesn't have
There
a
is
question.
one thing that was missing for your team for almost 1.5 years, and that is a striker.
Striker.
Okay, you have all the kind of tech, what do you say, the talent. And I understand. By the way, I understand why you're saying Zubimendi. By the way, okay, I understand completely. But the fact that you did not get a striker good enough to be called signing of the season is what made me laugh. Quite honestly, that's it.
No,
Nothing else. Because
that's
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 what
the
he needed.
thing. No, that's the thing, right? You people kept saying that, but as a fan, I know what Howard does for the team. I know what he does for the team, right? And
I'm glad because
he
nobody shut him down more than you.
Huh? No, I shut him down, but I know what he does for the team. The
Yeah,
problem was with him, there was only Saka. Now on the other side, I've got Eze, so I've got high expectations.
okay,
And if
okay.
Eze is not there, even Madueke
Makes
is there,
sense.
I'm good enough
Hmm.
with that. You take out
Understood.
Zubimendi, and I feel
Ah,
like I'm in trouble. Like there's this
it's a
dog, and the
Rodri like
fire
miss
is burning.
basically for you. It's a
Huh?
Rodri like miss for you.
Yeah, true.
Understood. Yeah, got it.
Uh,
Oh,
And
Okay.
somebody
great you
asked Rajesh
mentioned Rodri.
also.
Great you
Yeah.
mentioned
Rajesh
Rodri
sir.
because everyone was hyping Rodri so much that he came in and they bottled a 1-0 lead and lost to Brighton away. My God. And for the guy,
Oh.
it became a team game where he
Because
was
of Zubimendi.
harping about how he's so.
Ballon d'Or.
My God.
Rajesh
Oh
sir,
my God.
Yeah.
who is yours
Ah, yes. Who is
team
yours,
of the
Rajesh?
season?
So easy.
It is so easy, bhai. Matlab, it
So
is so
easy.
Yeah,
easy.
yeah. It is very
I
easy.
guess I
Yeah.
have made my
Is
club
Bruno
so
Second name is
obvious.
Fernandes?
Sesko.
It is
Sesko, right?
Cunha. Cunha guy all day long. Matlab,
Why, man?
I was
Why?
talking to someone, I guess, I'm not sure who, but before the transfer end of last season, right? I was almost teary-eyed thinking that, oh my God, we are going to get Cunha, and that too so easily without any, because he had committed to Amarim through multiple discussions outside of the pitch and all that, that कि वो आएगा
Hmm.
United ही
That's
आएगा.
called tapping up.
Or else, bro. I mean, it was Cunha was difficult to get without Champions League. I mean, why would he? Because his prime years are this. For 4 5 years,
Hmm.
these are going to be his prime, and why would he commit to a club? So I was really happy क्योंकि मैं तो देख नहीं रहा था Cunha.
200K.
Yeah, Cunha, absolutely. Because I mean, you need that little bit of swagger. Everyone was kept talking about, oh, he's such a problem on the pitch. मैं देखा उसको कि what problem are they talking about? Yeah, man, on the pitch he shows a bit of passion. He has already done that, and that sometimes results in an extra yellow card here and there. But that guy is not a problem for the team. How he was portrayed so wrongly that he's a problem for the team. He doesn't. No, he is not a problem at all. Bhai. He is a proper family man, and उसमें कोई दिक्कत नहीं होगा pitch में, or he is not going to be a problem like
बिल्कुल.
many people said Lingard and all were. So yeah, I'm pretty much happy with him, and glad. I mean, I'm glad we did not have any competition from you guys. I mean, not Liverpool at least. Maybe Arsenal, Newcastle, and all that. So yeah, all
Ah, no, we had that position figured out actually, but
yeah.
I think yeah,
But
it makes
you
sense.
ask
Arsenal
anyone,
could have actually.
you
Arsenal
are,
also doesn't have that position open, no?
I mean, you
No,
ask
but
anyone.
I would have taken him for a striker, for the striker. Yes,
कुछ भी हो,
I would have
you
taken him
ask
because
anyone in the Premier League, you would you have a Cunha in your team? They won't say no.
Hmm.
That's
He's a
how
definitely starter.
important he is.
For a lot of teams, he's a starter. Yeah, yeah.
And yeah,
Agreed
the
completely.
final point is what I was trying to make is that I have never even had the urge to own a shirt of any player. I mean, last was
No.
Wayne Rooney, not even CR7, not even currently Bruno Fernandes. But one day,
Hmm.
I hope to own the original official shirt of Matthias Cunha. So Probably from the
That's
official store at Old Trafford. Let's.
we really
Now,
need
if
to
anything happens
do
to
those.
Cunha, if anything happens to Cunha or the way he plays, I would be
Oh
like,
my God.
नहीं
Rajesh,
यार,
I well,
what
but
about
United. See,
owning this guy's shirt?
Maheshwari, United has a tendency to break good people, so good players.
नहीं
Let's
ऐसा
see
नहीं
if
होता.
Cunha
You
is
know,
broken or not.
to
ऐसे बहुत
actually
प्लेयर
spin
आएगा
this
है.
into positive thing, Unite every season we sit here, okay, we talk about all the teams, and United ke fan are always positive about everything. Then it goes downhill, okay, and we have heard about this thing that okay, I am hopeful, but the structure wasn't there, right? This year that problem has resolved itself, right? And to I mean, I can kind of see the excitement and the relief at the same point, that the excitement might not go down the drain, because things seems like that are in the right places basically. I don't know where you'll end up, but at least it doesn't look like there's going to go downhill, at least
This is the
in
topic
the way that it
about
has gone down.
this is a topic about who I like, the player that will make. I did not.
Yeah, yeah.
He will make us win the league. Not one player can make you win the league
Obviously,
eventually,
yeah.
because I mean it's an open secret that I am not that big of a fan of Bruno Fernandes,
Hmm.
but you will always see me sharing his stats because chance creation le year on year. He's the most consistent player for United, whether
Hmm.
irrespective of our लीग पोजीशन. कल को टाइटल भी
Hmm.
जीतेंगे उसका स्टैट्स उतना ही दिखेगा, इनफैक्ट लेस दिखेगा, इनफैक्ट कम दिखेगा,
Hmm.
बिकॉज he is not having to do bulk of the work. There is Cunha, there is
Hmm.
so even he, upon his admission, has said that repeatedly, season after season, that I don't want my start stats to be at the top. I
Be
want
like that.
it to be spread across the team. So
Right, right.
yeah, so
Yep, yep,
Cunha
yep.
it is for me. For next question,
Yep, makes sense.
next thing would for everyone. Let's start with Amit. Would be that how I mean, which team do you think won the transfer window in your eyes?
Okay, then very interesting question. So
Is it? Is it?
it is the question is amongst the four of our teams or across the whole 20.
Huh?
Across the whole 20, across
Or
whole
Across
20,
all the
across,
clubs.
across.
across all the teams?
Okay. So yeah, answer would not change, but ठीक है.
नहीं
हाँ,
नहीं,
so
let's do one thing, let's do one thing. You can say 20 टीम्स लेना, तो ऐसे
हाँ,
बोलना कि बेस्ट, मार्क इट एज बेस्ट, एंड एक और ऑप्शन तेरे को दे रहा हूं वेर यू कैन से कि हु आर द डार्क हॉर्सेस ऑफ द विंडो, मतलब उन्होंने अच्छा किया है एंड यू सी देम एज द डार्क हॉर्सेस, दे कुड बी अ सरप्राइज पैकेज ऑफ सॉर्ट. दो
Hmm.
ऑप्शन, एवरीवन गेट्स टू.
okay, okay.
ओके.
Yeah. So it was a really interesting transfer window, and it goes.
हम्म.
So when I let me just compare the four teams that we have right now here, right?
हम्म.
So there were two teams that came first and second last season, and the two teams that were beyond 15 last season, right? So there can be two aspects of that's the dark reality of things,
हम्म.
right? So there are two things that the signings that Rajesh United and my Spurs would do will will become much more elemental in improving our squad, because it is too easy to improve our squads, right?
ओके.
Because we need first 11 के अच्छे players, and 17 से better करना is very easy, right? It's not very difficult. So there can be a difference makers, like the window that can have a huge impact. For Liverpool to have a very amazing window will be like retaining their title, which is a very important,
Huge task.
very difficult task, right? Very difficult
Hmm.
task. For Arsenal, it is to win the title, which is even more difficult, if you don't call it impossible. So that is the. But yeah, if you ask me, I
To
would
dare is to
say,
do.
I'm waiting for the answer. I'm excited
yeah, in
actually.
general, well, I drew Arsenal and Liverpool in some shape or form. But if you ask me, I would say Arsenal would have had a better, does have a better window than Liverpool. They were very close, but why I think so is because Arsenal has not lost a lot of first team players in this transfer window. Right. Arsenal has added to their हाँ बता देना मेरे भाई महेश्वरी. I'm not asking about injuries के लिए lost, but they have gone outside of your squad. You sold few people or whatever. Liverpool has, for some reasons that are not in control of anybody as well, but they lost people, right? They lost Jota, they lost even Luis Diaz, was their starter, right? They was in the starting line. So there are a lot of things that are changing in their team. There's a lot of things that can go wrong as well, right? Words, German leagues are, we don't know how effective he would be, right? Isaac, absolute amazing signing. So Isaac was dragging Liverpool in the race. Ki, haan, okay, they have an amazing signing. But apart from that, I think they have just balanced their squad. Like they lost few people, they add few people. It's a pretty balance. They added a little bit more quality than that was there. Right, but Arsenal has actually strengthened their team a lot. They recruited good folks like Aziz and Gyökeres was needed. Right, the striker issues was pretty dominant. Even Arteta is there, he collects center backs as well. So he got Nketiah as well. So that's the nature of him. But yeah, I
Hmm.
would say Arsenal had a for this reason Arsenal had a better window, and it will make them in a pole position to actually compete for the title uh, until they don't do what they do best. So that's
Yeah.
the first answer. The second answer for the dark horses, I would rate Spurs for this year because of the worst season that we have last season. But I think we really added quality, right? We also did not lose much. Son was in a form of declining itself. Yes, we lost him, but in general, I think we have strengthened our team. Kudus, Simmons, and Palinia. I think we what we did this year is exactly what we were needing, right?
Hmm.
Apart from the injuries of Madison and Kulusevski, if it was not there, we would have a perfect team to compete, right? Even for Solanke. So I still believe we have done a lot of business. Yes,
Mhm.
it looks in a hindsight that they came 17th and it was bad last season, but yeah, that does not tell you the whole picture. We have added quality, and this is the season I think we are going to grow massively.
Okay. So Jogekar,
Okay.
come on. Who are your picks?
I actually agree with them. My point of view, Arsenal actually won the window from my point of view.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
this is what I was thinking, okay.
Okay.
In terms of that, Arsenal, main thing that is working out for Arsenal is that Arteta being there for almost now 5 to 6 seasons, okay. I've seen what happens when a single manager builds a team, okay. You can be missing some marks, okay, but what happens is that you build over that and the ideas stay the same, okay. There are less variables, and what you are doing is that while you are building the squad, also you're also building the mentality of the squad. You're also building the you're also getting the squad used to of what you're doing. So, and if you don't lose too many of your starters, right, and if you don't lose too much of your main squad, then I feel like that adding on top of that is a lot more impactful. I've seen what happens when you kind of like the year we did our midfield rebuild, right? Even though we added a lot of quality, the imbalance that it added, because how different kind of people they were, and then it needed a lot of coaching and everything to actually get everything in order. And even when we had Jurgen Klopp, it did not exactly work out the way that we wanted because there are variables. So we lost a lot of players and we got a lot of quality. But this season is not the season where I would say that okay, everything might work out completely. But for Arsenal, it feels like that they kind of added the missing pieces that they needed. Now, how the things will go is a different thing altogether. We have a lot of quality, and it might turn out that our quality basically turns up from the start. But Arsenal has a lot stronger base, and they finally did what they set out to do, or they should have done for a longer time. So for me, Arsenal had a
Okay.
better window, and like we are close second, obviously, but Arsenal had a better window than us.
But no,
And for
second
Dark
pick.
Horse,
Okay. Okay.
second pick, yeah, for
Uh,
second pick. So I'm limiting myself to top six, okay, because I feel like that if you're not making top four, what's the I mean, everybody has a different window in
don't
different
think
context.
in that context. I mean, if you are kind of doing better than what you have already done last season or the season before, I think you can consider in that context as well. It could be a lower team.
I
It
was
could be
thinking that,
Bournemouth as
but
well.
for me, basically, at this point, I was my point of view was a little bit different. As in, um, you
You
have
can
you
pick.
have improved
Go ahead.
you have improved despite not expected to improve in a sense. Okay, so
Hmm.
there my pick basically for Dark Horse, because you guys did so bad basically is United. in a sense that so there is a expectation of United what they
Yeah,
should be
fair
doing.
enough.
Okay,
Hmm. Hmm.
right, and but there is also that they have fallen quite a lot, and there were a lot of variables, and this year could have gone really really bad for them transfer wise
Hmm.
because Amorim hasn't really done really well. Okay, so there is no rep basically to build, and then you lost on almost every competition possible to this time to compete, but you still got a really really good window. So I feel like that everybody is kind of underestimating United a little bit. United will do a lot better than is expected. They're expected
Okay.
to do maybe. Yeah, that those
So
are my picks.
yeah. Okay, so I'll go quickly. I mean, since you guys were speaking, I already had my choices in place. So
Okay,
obviously,
okay,
first is Liverpool. Actually, I'll tell you why.
okay.
Because how I am able to judge here is that I know it's an obvious pick and whatnot, but how I am still judging Liverpool as having the best window is because I already mentioned doubling down, and Amit mentioned about the striker and Luis Diaz. If on paper and quality you are actually replacing these two positions with 2x the better positions, we have seen Luis Diaz. He is a good player, but there were too many instances where he was not finishing chances. Again, he mentioned about Jogekar mentioned about Salah taking up the bulk of scoring. There what Liverpool have been planning properly and so minutely is that why they spend so much money is that they want to, in 1 or 2 years time, they want to take that goal scoring load off of Salah because Salah will leave.
Hmm.
That's why they
Hmm.
went all in for Isak. I mean, I have no doubts in my mind. Liverpool have won the transfer window. I mean, I'm a little shocked as to you know why Arsenal
Can
was,
I
because
interject a little bit, just a little bit, because uh, you also take while you're completing, right? Also take fullbacks into account. That's it.
TA
You
also
yes,
also have
left.
PA
replaced.
and
TA
all. I
left.
mean,
Diego
in
Jota
Hmm.
form, he's
left.
also a little
Luis
lighter in
So
defense.
in the idea was that there are still first team players who left and you replaced it with other folks and they will still require time to prove them. So Isaac is the outlier.
टाइम एंड ऑल वो तो तुम लोग बोल रहे हैं कि सीजन के, फिर तो हम सीजन के एंड तक वेट
Hmm.
करते हैं ना। मैं
Right,
बोल
right.
रहा हूँ कि
नहीं, it makes
प्योर
sense. Huh?
क्वालिटी,
Hmm.
ईसा
Hmm. Hmm.
क्वालिटी, वर्ड्स
Yeah,
इज
yeah, yeah.
क्वालिटी, बिकॉज
Right,
in
right.
my heart Liverpool would
Hmm.
not pay that sum if someone is not quality. I am also considering that.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, yeah.
अभी 100
Makes
मिलियन
sense.
क्या है यार, 60 मिलियन लिवरपूल के जेब से नहीं निकलेगा। ये यूनाइटेड नहीं है वो।
Hmm. Hmm.
आई एम फैक्टरिंग दैट इनटू कॉन्टेक्स्ट, सो आई एम बाइंग
Hmm. 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 Hmm.
क्वालिटी टू विन द टाइटल। आई हैव ऑलरेडी वन द टाइटल, आई एम
Yes,
डबलिंग।
खरीदा था 100 million में उन लोगों ने।
तो वो है।
Right,
All
right.
एंड देन
number.
Hmm.
फॉर मी द क्लोज, फॉर द फर्स्ट स्पॉट द क्लोज सेकंड इज एक्चुअली मैन सिटी। अगेन प्योरली बेस्ड ऑन क्वालिटी, दे हैव राइंडर्स,
Oh.
दे ऑलरेडी। भाई उनको काफी इग्नोर कर रहे हैं हम लोग, पेप को इग्नोर कर रहे हैं, बट हाँ दे माइट बी शिट, कंटिन्यू टू बी शिट, आई एम नॉट डिनाइंग दैट, बट मैं बोल रहा हूँ दे हैव
Hmm.
शिट सीजन भाई, एंड हाउ दे हैव स्पेंट द
Uh,
मनी ऑन द राइट प्लेयर्स, ऑल्सो दे हैव ऑल्सो।
hmm.
सो माई क्लोज
Good pick,
टू द
huh?
ओजीज ऑफ द प्रीमियर लीग इन द लास्ट 10 years आर लिवरपूल सिटी, विच
Okay.
थोड़ा पेप की वजह से भूल गए, बट एंड मेरा डार्क हॉर्सेस आई वुड हैव पिक्ड एक्चुअली सनडरलैंड in this case.
Oh, oh,
Sunderland has
yes.
done
Good
very good
shout,
business.
man.
For
Good
someone
shout,
that is
yeah.
moving from the championship, they have actually
Hmm.
done the most business. ठीक है।
Hmm.
Right.
डार्क हॉर्सेस अगर कंसिडर करेंगे थोड़ा टॉप सिक्स के हिसाब से, तो यूनाइटेड है मेरे लिए। सो नो वन इज
Okay.
एक्सपेक्टिंग अस टू डू वेल, सो फॉर मी इट इज। एंड आर्सेनल को मैं यहाँ पे इस कॉन्टेस्ट में रेट नहीं कर रहा हूँ, प्योरली साइनिंग्स अच्छा किए हैं, बट दिस मैनेजर विल कीप होल्डिंग प्लेयर्स बैक, इनको खेलने नहीं देगा। वो ऐसे ही बोलता रहेगा मेरे प्लेयर्स इंजर्ड है, मैं नहीं खेलूंगा, मैं ओपन नहीं होऊंगा। तो इसलिए मुझे लगता है कि शायद अच्छा प्लेयर साइन किए हैं,
Uh,
बट दे दे विल सफर।
okay. Arsenal versus Liverpool वाला अपन को करना चाहिए था लगता है. You had a lot to
Maheshwari,
Arsenal
talk
may
about.
have a मतलब for a Paul Merson like
I would
statement,
now want
uh,
to ask
my,
Abhay Maheshwari.
my
Abhay
take
Hmm.
would
Maheshwari,
be they had a worse transfer window than even Fulham. Okay.
Oh my God. Okay,
Okay,
Maheshwari, on to you, man.
final call. Yeah.
Uh, right. I actually agree that to me the best transfer window was Liverpool's, and for a very simple fact, everybody was saying कि आर्सेनल के ये players हैं, ये रहेंगे, वो रहेंगे. Half the players are injured. Uh, after minute 3, we had 5 new players on the field. 5 new players who were not part of the team last season, right? So we have a lot of new players. It's just that people can't see at this point of time. There's this bias they have. But other than that, also, I would like to say Liverpool kind of built up on their team, and they built up with extremely quality players who are very expensive, and they were. But I have huge respect for them because they did it with their own hard-earned money. This is one window that they have spent money, and massive respect. It's come from within over a long period of time,
Yes.
and I truly think they deserved it. You know, I would have felt a little better if Klopp would have got something similar because it's all his doing to a large extent. That said and done, for me, that's the top window.
Mm.
And when it comes to the dark horses, I understand that Tottenham have क्या बोलते हैं, Tottenham has done well, right? I also see United has done well,
Mm.
right? Massive respect for, but for me, if I had to see a dark horse, I would say Everton. I really love what they have done, and
Um,
especially with Moyes,
good shout.
they've got Dibbling
Good pick.
coming in. They've got that Adnan as now also someone they have picked up. And then they have got Jack Grealish who have taken him,
Oh,
who's already put
wait.
it on fire.
Ah,
And
Yep,
I
yep, yep.
actually
Good
trust
shout.
Moyes quite a bit in the Premier League. I
ah.
know he's not on the top rung and
Hmm.
all.
नहीं नहीं वो अलग बंदा.
Uh, so when I look at I understand that United and Spurs have done well, but what their season was an anomaly, and due to whatever factors, I blame a lot of it on the managers and the situation or whatnot. But
Hmm.
just in terms of that, I really like what Everton have done. Sunderland, of course, and I would like to speak 2 minutes on Arsenal as well. I think for the first time in a very long time, Arsenal actually has a squad, just a squad,
Just
right? A
bodies.
complete squad. And I'm very happy about that.
Yeah,
We
for
might not
someone
have
that
been
had
had
Sterling as
the
a body, you have better bodies.
whatever you want to say, brother, whatever you want to say. I'm
Do
just
it.
saying we finally have a squad for the first time in the entire history of Arteta's
Arteta.
managerial career, and for that, kudos
Kudos is
to
our.
the team.
Uh,
That's about it. So we
okay,
have a
yes,
Good
we
pick.
finally have a squad, man. I'm just happy about that.
Okay.
A complete
Congratulations,
squad.
man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Okay, nice, man.